Are you struggling to define the core processes that you need in your agency? Do you wish that you could put your agency on track to double its revenue in less than 5 years? Well, sit back because we're gonna unpack everything to do just that in today's video. Today, we're gonna talk about RevOps processes and how you can put your agency on track to double its revenue in less than 5 years. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm Mick Hunt, CEO of Pereire Strategy Box. I'm the lover of all things RevOps, sales ops, producer development, the New England Patriots, the Georgia Bulldogs, and of course, my North Carolina Tar Heels. Before we get started on today's journey, I need you to do a few things for me. Number one, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button below. Like this channel, like this video, and then hit the bell for instant notifications. All right, now that we got the instructions out of the way, let's talk about RevOps and what it can do for your agency. I know you're probably sitting there, well, Mick, what is RevOps? I hear you talk about RevOps all the time. Well, what RevOps does is it breaks down traditional silos that we have in our agencies and businesses. For instance, most of us probably have a sales division that's led by a sales manager. Then we also have a customer service division that's led by maybe an operations manager. And then some of us even have a marketing team that's led by a marketing manager. Or maybe you have a couple of people that are wearing multiple hats, but those silos still exist. The problem with those silos is there's not a perfect journey for that prospect and client. And that's what RevOps defines. It defines the revenue generating processes in each of those silos and oversees the client journey from prospect all the way up into and through renewal and all the interactions that happen in between. So someone or someone's at your agency or company should be focused on your client journey. And that's what RevOps is all about. There are 5 core processes for RevOps. And that's what we're gonna define today. Number 1 is your new business process. And your new business process is everything from identifying your ideal client all the way through binding that policy or completing the sale. So you've gotta identify your ideal prospect, how to market to that prospect, how to communicate to that prospect. When you talk about delivering quote proposals, right? Are we gonna deliver one option or are we gonna deliver multiple options to each prospect that we sell to? I'm gonna give you a little hint. Always deliver multiple options. Why? Because people wanna buy. They don't wanna be sold to. So if you deliver one quote, it's take it or leave it. When you deliver multiple quotes, 2 or 3 quotes, now the customer gets to make a decision. They feel like they're in charge. So one takeaway from the new business process, multiple quote options. Say this with me. People want to buy. They don't want to be sold to. The second process of RevOps is new customer onboarding. So what do you do when you finally sell that policy? What tasks are you sending out to your staff? What email communication or text communication are you sending to your customer? When are you sending those tasks or when are you sending that email or text? You want to be able to clearly define what that customer experience is like for the first 30 to 45 days. And here's what's amazing. When you sell a policy or when you complete a sale, you can create a visual for your client of what to expect over the next 30 to 45 days from you. That's gonna separate you from the pack because only 3% of businesses give customers a client journey visual. Think about that. 97% of you right now have never given your customer a client journey package or a visual. Incorporate that into your business. Step 3 is your renewal process. Your renewal process is very important because it sets the stage of what it means to do business with you ahead of the renewal. So you want to start your renewal process in commercial lines, maybe 90 days ahead, 120 days ahead, depending on what type of business you write. But same thing. What tasks do you want to have completed? What email correspondence, text correspondence do you want to have go out? On personal lines, same thing. Maybe you want to start 60 days, 45 days, 30 days. Here's the key to your renewal process. Make it automated. Don't run renewal list or book of businesses. Your agency management system or CRM should be able to help you know that, okay, this account's 90 days ahead of renewal, and here's what we're going to do to and through that renewal. Number 4, the 4th core process of RevOps, client interactions. I can't stress this enough. Every time you interact with a client, there are 3 things that you should do. Look for cross-sell opportunities, look for upsell opportunities, and most importantly, ask for referrals. If you've identified your ideal client, your ideal prospect, and you sell to them, when you ask them for referrals, guess what you're gonna get? More ideal clients. People hang around with people like them. It doesn't matter if it's personal lines or business, if it's life and health, you're gonna get referrals of people that fit your ideal client profile. So always ask for referrals. And then the fifth process of RevOps is win-backs. Old clients that you've lost, quotes that you didn't sell, you should have a communication channel and program set up to reach back out to them on a consistent basis. I promise if you incorporate those 5 steps and those 5 processes, number 1, new business, that's everything from identifying your ideal prospect to closing a deal. Number 2, your new customer onboarding process. So now that you've sold them, what are you gonna do for the next 30, 45, even 90 days? Step 3, your renewal process. What are we doing and how are we gonna use automation to make that happen? Step 4 is your client interactions, and we're always gonna ask for cross-sell, upsell, and referrals. And number 5 is your win-back process. So quick question for you, and I want you to make this comment below. Which of these 5 processes is the most crucial for your agency to put in place right now? Make the comments below, and as always, share this video with a colleague or a friend. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for instant notifications. And as always, how you do small things is how you do all things. And it starts with your RevOps processes. See you on the next video.